Should they be contacting, let's say, Senator Ben Nelson or Senator...
Oh, they're on speed dial as far as I'm concerned. Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
And Senator Mike Johans.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And Representative Jeff Fortenberry.
Yes.
Is there anything on the state level we can do about this?
I think on a state level you need to be talking to your state senators.
Okay.
Because they are obviously political people. They understand. And what goes on here is going to impact the state. Because if you have more people, for example, on Medicaid, that's a huge impact on the state's budget.
Yes.
So it's going to affect people one way or the other. Why would we not want this to affect people positively? Why would we not want a healthier population?
That's something that troubles me. Why wouldn't we go and stress the prevention? I'll tell you, back in the middle of summer, I'm sitting there and I was just appalled when I heard that report saying that, oh, well, prevention is not cost effective, it'll cost too much money. I'm like, in what world is this happening in?
Well, as a child of the 60s, and that's before your time, Barb, but as a child of the 60s, you know, we had PE, we had physical education classes every single day. Hated the little bloomers I had to wear, but I went anyway. But we had healthier meals. And when schools began putting fast food in the cafeterias to give kids choices, a little light went on in the back of my head, and I thought, is this a really good idea? Do you know what you're doing? And then they started putting in soft drink machines. And I'm going, was that really a great idea? So there are long-term consequences, unintended consequences of what you do. And while people did it because they got a chunk of change from the fast food folks, I tell you, I don't think kids are gonna, when they can go for a burger instead of having the, you know, healthy grilled fish over here, gee, which one do you think they're going to choose?
Yeah.
And we cut PE out, so they're not outdoors very much. It's a real interesting scenario, isn't it?
It is. It very much is. We do need to do a lot more for our children in the issue of childhood obesity. And that is really a healthcare crisis at this point. Because
but their parents are also obese.
Yes, they are.
So we have, it doesn't discriminate because of age.
Yeah. And that, I think, goes hand in hand when we talk about healthcare reform. I think that as Americans, we need to go and have this discussion about taking care of ourselves and taking some personal responsibility on keeping healthy and being able to be productive citizens. Because, boy, particularly with children, when children start out with these kinds of health issues, their prospects are really limited.
The deck is definitely stacked.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I was wondering if, I know that you're such an active person, if you have any other suggestions on how people can get involved. Are there any groups that they can join? Are there any workshops or conferences or anything like that?
I know, I belong to AARP, and they have incredible resources, factual resources that I trust. So I would recommend getting on the AARP website and kind of digging around there. I would get out and start talking to your neighbors. This is not something that's going to happen, you know, out there somewhere. This is something that happens here, and we need to get out there. I mean, who would have ever thought that I would be in this position? Lots of people know who I am, and it's like people go, really? Well, that's really unusual. Well, guess what? If it happens to me, it can happen to you.
Absolutely.
And I just think you need to kind of get out, do some talking, and then support a solution that works for all of us.
Well, thank you so much for being with us. Same here. You have been watching the Lancaster County Democrats. This show is called The Watchful Citizen, and I want to encourage all of our viewers to come down every third Tuesday of the month at the Communication Workers Union Hall at 25th and N Streets, starting at 7 p.m. Lancaster County Democrats go and have a meeting then. You get to meet lots of interesting people, get to learn more about the issues facing our community and country these days, and also get involved. You can get involved on topics, issues, or you can go and help support candidates, or you may even want to run for office yourself, which we'd be delighted to see happen. We need more people involved in the political process, so we encourage you to get involved. Our guest today has been Bonnie Coffey, which we're just really happy to have. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you, Barb. Thank you.